Yeah. Uh-huh.
Peace, queens and kings, if you're watching, welcome back to my channel. Before I dive into this Married at First Sight season 13 episode 10 review, I want to tell you to please click that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, so whenever I put up new content you won't miss it. Okay, let's hop right into it. This was an episode, one of the best episodes, but really insightful. I say there was the worst couple of the night and there was the best couple of the night. The MVPs, the champions, the one that I'm rooting for. Basically, I'm going to tell you, honestly, the only couple that I see making it. I'm going to jump right in here to my favorite couple, Mirla and Gil. I see the progress. I see what's happening with them that I saw maybe over the past 2, maybe 3 weeks. Told you, I explained before issues with her and her, being a little materialistic. I also saw her from her perspective with Gil, wanting to, someone to grow, maybe not be as frugal, elevating a little more. Not being, just not bashing her for wanting the finer things in life. That I get. Not knocking that, because I see her, that drive and ambition could be great for their marriage and it can help elevate him. But I think together as a couple, to me, they're the most well-rounded. I think they have made the most progress. I think what I see from them, I can't really say anything bad. Yes, there's some things that they need to work at as far as compromise. I said from Mirla, with maybe not doing something as lavish or maybe a high money purchase. Just be mindful of your husband's needs as well as your own. But at the same time, I'm really liking Mirla. I'm liking her more. I'm starting to understand her more. As I said before, I do not see where there is any, I don't know what they're doing in there with all that noise, but yeah, it may be the cat and one of the children. I have no idea. But I see them forming a friendship, being more in touch with each other's needs. I see Mirla taking her time, which I do not hold against her. Like I said, this is a fast process. Married at First Sight is about, leaping out there and meeting someone that you don't know and marrying them. That's very, a hard thing to do. You don't know what you're gonna get. I think she was blessed to get a real nice dude. I think he got a lovely woman. The exercises that Dr. Viviana did with all the couples, I think it was great. It was getting more in touch with each other on an intimate level. Really diving into that particular connection. That's her forte, so to speak. And I saw Mirla and Gil doing that. And I'm happy to say a brother got a kiss this week. Yes! A brother got a kiss. A brother got a kiss. A brother got a kiss this week. Ow! A brother got a kiss. A brother got a kiss. A brother got a kiss this week. Ow! Let me tell you something. Mirla is feeling Gil a little bit more than I had thought in the beginning. She told him right off the bat when they were having a conversation, "You're not divorcing me." He was like, well, basically said yes. If I don't get a kiss, he don't see it getting to that level. At decision day, he will divorce you. She was like, no, you're not. Because in the back of her mind, I think sis was like, look, I'm going to give this brother a kiss. It's not going to be when he wants. It's going to be when I feel comfortable. But rest assured, when these 8 weeks are over, he will get it. He's not want to leave me. And I don't think she's really that selfish as many have anticipated. I think Mila does give that give and take. This is television. Of course, they're going to show us all the high drama stuff or things to annoy us. But overall, in the beginning, one of the things that I was fearing was that she would let her status and, you know, her money and maybe being in a better position financially to play him down. And I don't see that. I believe I mentioned that last week. I don't see her as one who will, you know, show her husband up because of finances. I see now how she falls back when he's talking, and we know a brother loves to talk. Gil loves to talk. I see her falling back, taking her position, listening to her husband. I think she's a very good listener. She talks when needed and speaks up for herself when needed. But a lot of times we got to understand, people got out of relationships that may have been very hurtful. She may have dived in and given herself physically to someone and it didn't pay off. And it hurt her. And she said, I promised myself no matter what, next time I'm going to take my time before I get physical. Because people don't think that a kiss is much of anything. But that is really, sometimes especially, she may see, oh, my husband, a good kisser. And once I do kiss him, it may be, you know, crazy and really open me up. And I'm not ready to open up like that. Kissing is very intimate for me, especially if, you know, the person is a good kisser. It really brings out a lot of feelings, emotions. It revs up the passion, and it's always the start, right, of something else. Normally, before anything sexual happens, those kisses, and if those kisses are deep and passionate and really take you there, and you're getting all these tingly feelings, boom, something may kick off, and she doesn't want it to kick off that fast. So I see why she took her time. I respect that. It's your body. It's your life. You do it when you feel like it. Then again, I can understand Gil thinking, well, does she really like me? If she can't kiss me, is she really attracted? But sometimes you got to look past all that other stuff and really look at what it is. My wife needs to take her time. You know, the more he would talk maybe about her past and past relationships, he'll understand why, and just become a little bit more, you know, compassionate and thoughtful towards your mate, and not just so much for your own needs. And I think he saw that. And I think what was so beautiful was the exercise they did. Well, of course, there were certain things on the car. She was like, not doing that. Not doing that. You can't be mad at a sister for knowing what you want and what you don't want. She knows her limitations. Many of us don't. We're people pleasers. We're always about pleasing the next person and ignoring how we feel. And if we're uncomfortable about something, we don't say anything. Miller doesn't have a problem saying that. So I'm like, sis, go ahead. If you got your limits, you got your limits. And he has to respect those boundaries. But when they came to the exercise where they had to touch heads and, you know, look into each other's eyes, you know, she was able to do that. She felt that level of comfort. I said before, I watch how Mila leans into her husband. I see the body language. I see how the level of comfort she has around them. They have built a friendship. I think they laugh together. They play together. And that friendship and what they're building before the intimacy is so important, because I think they're doing it the right way. And that's why I feel that they'll be so much solid and than the other couples and make it to the end. They did the exercise where they were laying on the bed and she had to lay on his chest and they had to feel each other's heartbeat. Do you know how intimate and special that is, to be in sync with your husband's heartbeat? And she loved that. She loved that feeling of connection. And that's what I love about Mila. Those special things, that the connection that really matters at first is what she's trying to get at. I think she wants to build something real and going at a slower pace to get there and building what's solid. And I think that's that good friendship as well as lover will solidify and make that relationship so much more rewarding. So I'm so hopeful for Mila and Gil. I hope they keep going. I hope the compromise is there. The love grows. You know, they share things with each other. They help build each other and strengthen where the other one may be weak, because I see that yin and yang with each other. and that level of patience that I love my brother Gil has for her and taking her time. That's what she appreciates from him. And I appreciate that from you as well, Gil. So, deuces, that is my brother. I am rooting for you. Please, please make it to the end on decision day. And, you know, forget the cameras. Once the camera's off, keep working on your relationship. Keep that spirit that we are not getting a divorce, and let that be many more years to come. I want to hear about the babies and the new home and all of that. So I'm rooting for you. Now we are going to get into Hurricane Caleb and Zach. Zach is a brother who's dealing with a lot of internal conflict, a lot of pain. I don't have anything bad to say about either. I think they're both good. I just think most of these couples, except Gil and Mirla, should not have gotten married. I do not see it prospering past this, because there's too many deep things, especially was shown in this week's episode, that shows me that they're not ready yet as bad as they may want to. And Zach cried out that, you know, I really wanted this to work, and buried himself in his shirt and the tears. That was a huge message. He wanted to be married and get past, and I need to say this about this show. I think it's a lot of people out there who are just tired of putting in the work and don't want to necessarily put it in the work with themselves. They're tired of looking, finding the wrong people. I get that. You want people who know what they're doing, that may find, you know, after I done answered my 600 questions, because I think it's a 600 question questionnaire about themselves on every level, from physical interest to mindset, things you like to do, your personality, your sexuality, your health, what you want, your likes, your dislikes. They put all of this, and everybody is not always going to be honest, 100% honest, but they need to be if they want to get the right person. I don't think everybody puts the right answer, because we've seen from past seasons how they matched up these people. If they were really like that, especially with old boy Chris from last season, you can see they was running some game on some of these questionnaires and lying in those interviews. But if you're totally honest with yourself, you'll realize there are some work that has to be put in with you. Understand why you feel the way you do, why you act the way you do, why some relationships are not working out. That's why I recently did a video on a get ready makeup one, but I really wanted to talk on self-care and the art of, you know, appreciating being alone. And many times we jump from one relationship to another without being alone, making the same mistakes over and over because we're not dealing with self. And Zach is not a forgiving person. I think he loved marriage. He loved seeing what his parents had. He wants it maybe what his siblings have. He wanted that, and he's tired of messing up. But Zach, something not in your checklist, because I think those were basic things that we all want in a person. But why do you expect a level of perfection from someone, and when they mess up, you are basically unforgiving? Or if they don't have something on your checklist, you can't get past it. That means you're not giving a person a chance to evolve and grow and atone for what they did. Michaela messed up. She sees she's messed up. I don't see her doing anything yet as crazy. I think she's very timid and walking on eggshells with you. You're making her nervous because she knows her past mistakes. She knows how she messed up with relationships. Even if she's not saying it, she knows. We know ourselves and where we went wrong. And she really thinks you're a beautiful person, but you can't go forward if you can't forgive. How many times have we messed up horrifically? Forget the throwing the Lysol or whatever, wipes, and screaming or whatever and leaving for a night. We've done way worse than that, and God's forgiven us. You have to learn to forgive, and that may be the hardest thing, but it's for you, because not being able to get past that, and I think that's why he's so traumatized and crying, because I think there's a level of frustration in Zach that realizes Why can't I get past these things? Why can't I accept her forgiveness? You know, the sisters should maybe not have talked as much to Zach about that, because I think that's in the back of his mind too. Her outburst and how she's been in the past being a problem. That's why I think he believes that's her entire makeup. And put in the comments, is it hard for you to forgive? If a person messes up once, is it hard for you to get past that? It depends. If it's something really horrific, you violated me in some way, sexually, physically, that may be hard to get past, because we all have our limits. And we have to draw the line somewhere. But overreacting, you know, yelling, doing something like that, it warrants forgiveness. It warrants even traumatic experiences. You have to get past that person and forgive them to a degree that causes you to have some peace and just rest, just peace of mind within yourself, to move on to another relationship, to move on in life and not be stuck there. That's what counseling and therapy, I think, comes in, to get past that. That's something you can't do on your own. Zach was a very hurt, broken person. He has a lot of frustrations. I believe his especially his mom knows how sensitive he is when it comes to these things. And I think that Michaela is too strong of a person. Alpha sister, female who really maybe a little too much for him to deal with. And that's where I don't necessarily see that compatibility. And it may be able to work, but Zach has an issue with having to forgive someone. You can't beat someone over the head with something and get past a mistake, because you make mistakes. But he don't feel himself wrong at all in any of this. And I don't think he did anything really, you know, drastically wrong. If you knew that she didn't want to be woken up when you left with the dog, then write her a note on the table and say, babe, I should be back by such and such a time, because the unknown for her was traumatizing, because she has her own issues to deal with when it comes to separation anxiety and abandonment issues. And so it just has to be an understanding between each other. But you won't even be able to build that, Zach, unless you learn to forgive, sweetheart, and move past it and let people, give them a chance to prove themselves. Just give them a chance, and don't hold all of their shortcomings against them, or you're going to be disappointed for life. Seriously. Do it for yourself. If not just for Michaela, do it for you, Zach, and give yourself that time to grow, and give someone else a chance to grow. Y'all can grow together. But I just don't think he can take too much. He can't take too much at this time, and so that's why I don't really see this going past too much. They went together. They had a nice little time. He set up for her at the pool. You know, I think she tried to get sexy for him or whatever. I think he kind of going through the motions in the back of his mind. I think he is so anxiety driven that he doesn't feel that Michaela is going to improve. He's treading. Even he said that to her in the pool. I don't know, see a future with us, which is very hurtful. And you saw it on her face. Okay, this moment, yeah, but the future, no. Why am I going on? Why don't I just end this now? If you don't see a future with me, why don't I just stop it? What's the point of me waking up in the morning trying to be hopeful and going when you don't see yourself necessarily with me? I think he's checked out mentally. At this point, Zach is just basically going through the motions. I hope he gives her a chance and really understands. But we saw with the previews, there's going to be something else crazy that's going on that's going to make her snap, and he's going to leave. One more little thing, not even something big, one little thing from Zach, he's going to run for the hills. He's already there hanging on the edge of the bed, waiting for her to burp too loud or move his shoes in the wrong direction. He's just waiting so he can jet. You know, he's quick to go back home. So we're going to see, but I don't see it happening. Speaking of going back home, let's get to the next couple. We are talking about Brett and Ryan. Brett is another, not Brett, Ryan is another one who I think mentally kind of checked out. Not as much as Zach, but he's a person that's stuck on what Dr. Viviana said. And I mentioned last week, I believe, on that whole butterfly thing, that whole, you know, waiting. You got to wait for certain things to grow. And because he's used to seeing that initially, well, of course you're going to feel maybe butterflies or that physical attraction, that giddy feeling with many of the other women that you was with before, Ryan, because you pick them. You pick a certain type that you are physically attracted to. But they didn't last because they had no substance. Bruh, they had no substance. You didn't get anywhere with them. Because after a while, you either tuned out because they were a bunch of cute blonde airheads. I don't know. But they fit your description physically, but they weren't long standing. Take something, still a beautiful woman. Brett is beautiful. She may not be your normal physical type. She's not going at the pace you can physically, having sex with you, all of this kind of thing. What if you have sex with her and then you're still not feeling it? Because you're stuck. You have blockers on. Many of us have blockers on. If someone is not the image, talk like you thought they should, be exactly how you should be, check off the boxes you want for that man or woman, you check out and don't give them a fair shot. And she was really hurt because he said he's not feeling it. And they had that conversation with Dr. Viviana. She said this Hollywood idea of marriage, that's not it. That's not reality. A lot of people want that. A lot of us want that. We go to marriage, we thinking all this other stuff, but it's hard work. And you got to get past the superficial stuff, Ryan. And now, you know, we see that he's hit up apps or whatever. He done went back home. We're going to see in the next episode, he's gone back. She heard that, you know, from a friend of hers, he's on these apps or whatever. I mean, he went home to swipe and get a thrill, or, you know, pop in some tapes or whatever. I don't know what he did to get himself going, because he's not feeling that with his wife. I don't think you're giving her a fair shot just because she's not fitting in that box. But that chemistry, sometimes if someone's not feeling it, they just won't do it. I don't know. How are you, when someone's not feeling the chemistry, do you think he should give her more time? Put in the comments. Do you think he should give her more of a shot? Or do you think it's just, if you don't have it, if you're not feeling this right now, it's not getting past it? Or you think he should give it time and he can actually grow to be in love with Brett? I don't know. Right now she's going through this trauma because she don't feel good enough and not desired by her husband. That's a painful thing. You know, for someone to look at you, what is she to do? It's like nothing she can do is going to satisfy him because he's waiting for some type of feeling. What am I supposed to do to give you that feeling? How long am I going to wait around here for you to get a feeling? You got to rise above emotions. You got to rise above that stuff to elevate yourself. And right now, he's too dense and superficial and into stupid things that's not going to hold a marriage. What you are out for, Ryan, is not going to hold on to a marriage. You like flatline on this. And I think there's some other things that you need to work on. You was not ready for marriage. You want to duplicate your best friend, your other relatives, but you don't want to deal with whatever it is that's not making relationships work for you. And you're picking the wrong people and you're looking for the wrong things. So, boop, no. No exercise they can do, Dr. Viviana is going to give them, is going to change it. It's not. He's checked out. Mr. I'm not getting butterflies. Well, Mr. Butterfly, fly away. Don't keep hurting this woman. And if it's not going to work, you just really not, you haven't even started giving this marriage a chance. You have not started. And it's sad. You're not even giving it a shot because you're stuck on empty garbage. Anyway, I'm so done with him. Now we're going to get into our girl Bow and Johnny. Let me tell you something. Excuse me. Bo was a little hot tamale. Bo was out there looking for that daily sex, that every other day sex. Not that vanilla sex. That's okay. But I think Johnny is a little too boring for her. She want to spice it up a little bit more. Look, I never watched hentai porn. Never saw that. I'm no saint. I'm a work in progress. I have seen porn in the past. You know, I think Johnny should have gotten maybe into real one, and not the plain vanilla cartoonish type one, to teach him how to build his sexuality. You know, maybe read some books. I don't think cartoon porn was the way to teach you how to really connect in that way. I don't know how hot it was in the bedroom. I'm not that thrilled. I don't see too much excitement from the kisses that they have. I mean, cameras are watching, yeah, but you know, Johnny's a little kind of quirky. Johnny, he's another one that's going to run for the hills. That's a little superficial, because right now, Bo is making Johnny feel like he's the king of the world, and that's all well and good. However, she can't be the only one put into this marriage to please him. And he just watches her and judge her and waiting for her to give to him to make him feel good. She stroked his ego last week saying, "I'm so honored to be married to you." And that really turned him on and grabbed her to the bedroom. You know, as long as you stroking his ego and making Johnny feel good, giving him sex on the regular, he fine. Playing your little games and licking on your belly button. Let me tell you something. I'm like, oh, see, Bo was doing things I didn't think she would do in the beginning of this this season. Didn't think she would be as comfortable doing these things, but yes, she is no Mirla. She will dive in there, I think, a little bit more than Johnny would. But I don't think I think her experience with branching out a little bit more sexually, when she said she needed it more often, and you know, a little more than vanilla, I think you better learn some tricks, Johnny, to keep her little attention and stop just criticizing and looking for fault, because she looked at your little belly button, and that that showed me and you a lot. So yeah, I still don't, because that's not enough to sustain. I need something more tangible from them. I need to see a little bit more depth than just the fun, playful, sexual stuff. When it comes to real life issues and real situations that may arise in this marriage, I think Bao is going to run for the hills too and go back to his place. That's what I see from these men, running, or putting you out, which we about to talk about in a minute. But yeah, they played their games. They got intimate. I don't think that's an issue for them. But I want to see some more substance in where this is going, because I think Johnny is basically a runner too. I don't see them coming to the end, because he's gonna have a breakdown as well. He's a little fragile also, like Zach. I don't know what's up with these men this season with the crying and the fragility going on with them. I don't know. Not ready. Johnny, you wasn't ready. You got to deal with some stuff too. But it was a fun episode. So far, so good. Let's see in the next 3 weeks. Now, speaking of, I'm not gonna run, but I'm gonna leave you out there running. The worst couple. I'm not gonna say couple. The worst part of a couple this week. The award goes to you, Jose. You disgusted me yet another week. Yet another week. How dare you? Woman slips up. Not calls you her ex. Not you didn't catch her in the bed having sex with another man. Not she stole all your money out your bank account. Messed up your credit. You down from 800 to 425. No. She had a slip of the tongue and called you a castmate's name. Both your names start with a J. Called you Johnny. Maybe Johnny said something to her not that long ago, Jose. And something based in the conversation made you think of him. It was a slip of the tongue. It was a slip of the tongue. You cursed this woman out like she was absolute every name but the child of God. You treated her like crap, and I'm glad she stood up and said, you will not talk to me that way. My parents don't. Nobody talks to me that way, and I don't blame her. You will be done, Jose. Done. Just last week, you talking about, oh, I love you too, which I knew was a bunch of BS. And because she messes up and calls another man's name, you was judging her. See, this is the thing. Jose judged her from the time he, not only how she deals with finances and take care of her trip, he judged every little part of Rachel. And then when, God forbid, oh Lord, when she said she had cheated before, that was a wrap. That stayed in the back of his mind. So the minute she called another man's name, he lost it. You put that woman out in the street. Let her bang on other couples' doors. How embarrassing is that? Late in the night to have her in 1 o'clock in the wee hours of the morning. You need your behind whooped for that. You need your behind whooped for that. That was so unnecessary. And the thing about it is, because at first I was thinking, see, you when you first introduced her to his place, this is my this is my this, I want to do this with my place, I want to do this. I said, you know, you got to stop that mind. You're coming together as a couple now. This wasn't even his house. This is something you ain't paid for. The studio, studio company or whatever, the show gave you this place to stay at. How dare you lock her out and talk about and lie and say you forgot. You put a deadbolt on. You just don't forget to put a deadbolt on. You locked that woman out and was like, the hell with her. Cussed her out some kind of bad. And you think she's supposed to bounce back from that? I don't know you that well. But this that I'm saying, from calling a slip of a wrong name, you lucky I ain't call you my ex name. I've been with him for years. Knew him way better. Just met you. So that just might happen. In this situation, it just might happen. But I'm sorry. You know, oh my God. It didn't warrant all that, Jose. You're crazy. You think you're perfect. You want to look at everybody's faults. And then when she came out with that paper with the list of things she had. Now remember, Rachel said that. Her sister said it. She makes a mental note. She didn't just make a mental note. She made a physical note. Old girl said, I'm going to be patient. And I'm going to check on these things and see if he improves on it. I'm going to make a note. I'm not going to bring it up right now. But when it comes time to address it, I'm going to tell him about himself. Because these are the things that annoy me about you. But see, this is another thing. Because he was like, you going to blow all this on me now? You talking, you know, you bringing this, why you ain't say nothing before? If you had all these things you had a problem with me. See, number one, he don't think he have any problems. So you scarred his little ego right there. And then to sit up there and then you didn't say anything. It's like you giving me a false image of myself. You wasn't really that happy with me. And I can get that point too. This is why when somebody does something, don't wait until it boils up and then you explode. Number one, it's not good for you physically or mentally. And it might cause more damage because you let a whole lot of things compile. Dress it as it happens so people know, oh, let me not go there, or let me work on this as time goes on. Because they think they're doing all well and good. Come to find out, no, they're doing a lot of things that you don't like, but they think they're all right. So they're not improving. They're going to keep being them. Doing what they think is all right by you when it's really not. So deal with it as it comes up. Even if you got to wait a day or a few hours to think and get yourself together, then come back the next day and address it. Don't let it pile up, because old boy was like shocked when you sprung that on him. And then, you know, it can exacerbate. But I don't even think that's the big issue right now. It's the fact that this you cussed this woman out very disrespectfully. Then the gentlemen get together on the golf course. You know, old Ryan was used to that golf course. Ryan stepped into place like Here I go. Here I go. Here I go. I heard y'all looking for me. Here I go. I heard you gentlemen was looking for me. Here I go. he stepped in the place like, here I go. Shades, hat, his golf outfit. You know he do that. You know. His background. Oh, they play golf. You know, that's where he from. Probably his dad or whatever owned this country club. I hope it wasn't on an old plantation, but hey, you never know. But yeah, he was sharp. And he stepped out there, and the guys met up, and he gave his little story. And I don't know why she got so upset. You's a phony behind liar. You are so fake. It's not even funny, Jose. And but my man Gil said, no, something's not right in this story. How can she change just like that? She mad for nothing? It's not adding up. And I love when men call other men on they crap. I want to say something else. But I love when they call. Not enough men step to other men and let them know when they wrong and check them. Give a sister a break. Be on her side for once. When a man is wrong, let him know he's wrong so he can improve. Because if your boys can't do it, you gonna let your guy do. Come on, let your brother do wrong and keep messing up and not say anything. Gil, check that. No, something's missing. We ain't getting the whole story here. We are not getting the whole story. Then he says he locks her out. She calls him a name. They like, huh? They like, nah, I wouldn't do that. I'm not gonna put my wife out the house, lock her out. Say you mistakenly put the bolt on. They like, all of them. No, Johnny Ryan was like, I can't see myself. No, put my wife out, the house in that night like that. No, they don't know what would make you so mad that you would do that. And he's sitting up there looking stupid. Oh my, I cannot wait to this week. Your respect is gone. I don't care what you say. Talking about, oh, I gave her a call or whatever. No, Rachel, it's a wrap. You got to taste, sis. You got to taste. And that's real. That's real. He is not the one. Your list is real. Nothing you can do is going to satisfy Jose. Jose is going to be the one that knows everything. He's going to tune you out and not listen to you because nothing anyone says is more important than what he has to say. And you going to move in his house where he has the upper hand, all the money, all his perfect credit. He got his homes. He got all of this. He wants to build himself to have the upper hand on a woman. Always be above her. And he would have threw you out of his house into the street. This is the show's house that he dead locked you out. You can best believe what he gonna do when he get you in his house. That was wrong. There's no excuse for it. That was wrong. Totally unnecessary. Bye, Jose and Rachel. I'm sorry, Rachel. I'm sorry. It didn't work out. You deserve better than this. I don't know what you're going to do in the next few episodes to change me. I will see. I don't think so. But we saw how the dynamics of these couples this week, it was really, really, I think it was good. We got into a lot of insight from these exercises and where the marriage is going. I don't know, Married at First Sight. I don't know. I don't think you did it again. I think we're only going to get one couple out of this season yet again. Yet again, just one. I'm hoping for them. But we'll see. Maybe I'll be wrong. But let me know what you thought of this episode and the couples in the comments. Yeah. He worked my nerves. It was it was a little heated for me this week. But until next time, I can't wait. So sorry this came out so late, right before it's time for the next one. Had a lot going on, but I got you. I knew I still had to put it out. So have an amazing week. Keep being authentically you. Love you. Get to know you. So in the future, you'll be better for yourself and you'll be better for the next person. Peace, kings and queens. Have a blessed one.